Alright, so as I said, we want to just show you the different approaches. Alright? The formula we said works every time we solve this. Complete the square will work every time too. But this is a step thing that you need to know, so when you make sure that one lasts, everybody pay attention to that one. Factorizing is a skill that you should have as a math student. Alright? The formula is not a skill, it's just something to use, like a tool. You need to have a skill to know the tool, right? You just need to know when to use the tool and how to use the tool. But this is a skill, this is something that you need to develop. Alright, so quadratic formula. So quadratic formula is used when we have any expression where we can identify ax squared plus bx plus c, because we want to identify a, b, and c. Just like an AC method for factoring. So if we are relating this to this equation right here, a is the coefficient of the x squared term. Is there a number in front of our x squared term? No, so our coefficient is 1. Is there any number in front of my x term? That is my b. That's a negative 3. And is there a number by itself that's a constant value, that is negative 4. So if we're using AC method, we're going to start with this. Quadratic formula works when substitute everything into the formula. So what the formula says, x is equal to what? Minus b, so it's going to be minus of b. What is b? Negative 3 plus with a minus and a square root b squared is 3 all squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 4. Everything goes over 2 times a being 1. What do you mean? So that's how we set up the formula. So it's using the tool. Alright? Next line, 13 is just going to be x. So negative over negative, that's just positive 3. Put your plus, put your minus. Square root, let's work out inside here. Negative 3 squared is the same as 3 squared. That's 9. Squared any number, always positive. Negative 4 times negative 4, that's going to be a positive 16 times the 1 is still 16. Alright, so I'm going to straighten those down. Divide all this now by 2 ones. 2. 9 plus 60, that's 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. So that's 3 plus 1 minus 5 all over 2. So the plus and minus is going to do 2 different working. So 1 inside is going to be 3 plus 5 over 2, which is 8 over 2, which we can have as 4. And the other one will be 3 minus 5 over 2. So 3 minus 5 is negative 2 divided by 2, that's negative 1. So x is negative 1 and x is also 4. And those are the 2 values when that is 0. That's using quadratic formula. A little bit long, but again, it's just using a tool. So it will always lead to your answer, as long as you follow the steps. Right? Now I'm going to hold it more mark, the more mark, okay, you go through all this. Now the less mark, okay, you go through all of this, but it's just a way to get to the end. Good? Now, we're doing factorizing, and you can factorize it by understanding the AC method, but first you have to understand the AC method. Now, if you understand the AC method, then they have this thing called sum and product. So the sum of 2 numbers must give me this big number, and the product of 2 numbers must give me this number.
Oh, that's the AC method.
That's the AC method.
Yeah.
If you understand the fundamentals behind AC method, you should be fine. So which 2 numbers can multiply, give me 4, and their sum or difference would be 3. Think about it. What are the numbers? What are the factors of 4? It's 1 and 4, or 2 and 2. There's no way you can combine 2 and 2 to get 3. So it must be the 1 and the 4. So how do you put 1 and 4 in a way that you get negative 3? So that's the part where you really need to chew it down to the bone. So 1 and 4 are the 2 numbers, but you want to combine 1 and 4 in a way that you get negative 3. So the negative has to be on the larger value. On the 4. So that means the 4 has to be negative and the 1 now is positive. And so when we combine those 2 numbers, we get it. 4 is negative and 1 positive. Look at that. So if you understand that, factoring looks just like this. We're going to AC method, but this is us using the understanding behind AC method to. So whenever the coefficient is 1, like what we know, you just write x and x because these are 2 ways to multiply to get x squared. The next 2 values we're going to put in to give me the last number. We've already just done the test to verify that we can combine in a way to get the middle number, don't we? So what are the 2 numbers? Plus 1 and 4. I will just say how can we place them so we get negative 3. The larger number takes negative. Finish. So this is how we use it, and then we just set this equal to 0. So if these two values are multiplied to give me 0, either this one is 0, so 0 times some number going to give me 0, or some number times 0 going to give me 0. So if this is 0, what value of x makes this bracket 0? What number do I add to 1 that will give me 0? This is the opposite of 1. What we have is the positive 1. If you don't know. X is negative 1. What's the opposite of negative 4? That's the same as so if x is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. Or negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So again, so we come right back to the same 2 numbers. Factoring is, or should be, the shortest way. Right? No. Let's do the AC method just below this real quick. I'll show you how all this comes into play. So AC method. The AC method, we have listed A, B, and C. We have it, so we can just copy that down. A is 1, B is negative 3, C is negative 4. Then step 2, we need to multiply A times C, hence this is called the AC method. A times C is 1 times negative 4 is negative 4, and then after that we list the factors of negative 4. So we just did 1 with 4, 2 with itself. Factors always come in pairs. So which of these pairs can take me back to this number here? B. It's not 2 and 2. So we can rule out this pair as this pair. So now we need to be negative 3, which is what we talked about. How do you combine 1 and 4 so that we get negative 3? The 4 has to be negative and the 1 now positive. 1 times positive times negative, negative. So now everybody is going together, right? What is you would rewrite the expression, same equation, so it will be x squared. Instead of the minus 3x, replace the minus 3x with these two. So it will be plus, let's just say 1x. We don't need to put the 1 on because it's minus 4x. So these plus 1 and minus 4 inserted there. Right? See that? And then last thing is minus 4 is equal to 0. So looks like I'm making it more complicated, but this is how we go through to simplify. Now we're going to group, we have 4 terms. Group and factor. Common factor here is x. So you factor x, you get x plus that 1. Common factor here should be negative 4. Remove negative 4 as a positive x, that will be positive 1. Still equal to 0. So at this point, the common factor is x plus 1. From this term, leaves with that single x. From that term, leaves with the minus 4. So you come right back to this. And now 0 them down. So we get x is negative 1, x is positive 4. So we come full circle to the same solution again. Got it? So what approach you take?